is happening. So
Despre concertul proiectului Fațade și Coridoare.
Как раз на улице Мира, когда началась.
Casa Zemstvei. We are the podcasting.
Zemstvei comes also from Zemля, from landowners.
hello, we are in Chisinau, Republic of Moldova. My name is Alex Hanganu, and today I want to tell you a story as a part of a Reflectând Zemstvei podcast. We are in a creative space called Casa Zemstvei, where several organizations and communities work together to create socio-cultural projects and events. And on one of the evenings spent at Casa Zemstvei, I met a part of the team of Bioskop club, Cristian, Octavian and Cristina. The club hosts weekly movie nights which aims to address various social topics and discuss them. In the next few minutes, we will discover what exactly do they do and why. Tell me your name.
My name is Cristian, whatever.
Tell me please, what is Bioskop and how would you describe it generally?
For me, Bioskop is an initiative launched by different members of the Zemstvei community, because we have persons who were part of, for example, of Third Space, people who were part of the Rhythms of Resistance, people who are still part of Ceea, people who were just allies of this community, myself, and we just are a group of people who love movies, who love to show movies, and who stand by some principles. Maybe someone will describe more like left-wing, I guess, more humanistic, more like politicized. We don't show just movies. We try to stitch to some topics that are built around Zemstvei, about some actuality themes. Yeah. For example, I don't know, evacuation, the struggle to organize, miscommunication, horizontality, Palestine.
مسافر يطا هي المكان اللي كبرت فيه. بداية تصويري هي بداية نهايتنا.
And sometimes we manage to do things, sometimes not, but that's how things works. We learn by doing this. Basically, this is what Bioskop stands for. Yeah, not just showing movies, but also be some sort of activist.
Thank you so much. Okay, next to me is another guy from Bioskop, and we have another question. Tell me your name, please.
Octavian.
Can you tell me, please, how does Bioskop work and why are you here actually?
Yeah, we organize movies every week, and this is how we gather people to the interest around Bioskop. And we think it's important that we keep a place in the city that shows movies for free and where you can come. We are donation based and you can just donate if you can. There are really not a lot of spaces that are trying to just show movies on a nice screen with some okay sound. And we're trying to keep that alive.
And we have a third guest of a podcast, also from Bioskop. Tell me your name, please. Cristina, how do you choose actually the topics of the movies?
So we have a system where we spin a wheel every week, and what we call the chosen one by the wheel of names proposes a category. Usually it should be something related to this space, to Zemstvei. So it can be very broad, something like sympathy for the losers, for example, which is the next week's topic, or even just cold spaces, because this is a very fucking cold space. Then it has to be accepted by everyone, and then we propose movies, and then we vote, and then we have a winner as a movie and as a person. And sometimes we do special events, which are like related to a sort of performance or some very specific niched theme. Like, for example, we did a retro game special where the movie was about gaming, and we also had retro games because we also have someone who is interested in that. So it's also trying to show the interests of the people in the community. Or, for example, I'm interested in food and food as art. So we have specials which are around that, and we experimented a bit with cooking during the screening or just having food, having potlucks. And we will have one in 2 weeks.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we are here today and Bioskop is happening. So would be nice to know what is the topic of tonight.
The topic of tonight is miscommunication struggle to organize, because we kind of failed to choose a category. So we had to select an emergency topic, and it was kind of meta because we failed to communicate and to organize. So we chose the movie Women on the Verge of Nervous Breakdown by Pedro Almodovar, which kind of fits, I think, very well into this category and portrays some women who are struggling to communicate to each other and that they live in a nearly perfect world, but they are bothered by one common issue: men being assholes. That's just like the main topic of the movie.
Why is important Bioskop for the community, for Casa Zemstvei, for the city, and just for everyone? Why is it important?
I think this is also a nice experience to try to watch movies with people. I even noticed that for me, watching maybe even the same movie, it's a different experience the way I saw it by myself home and how I perceived it while I watched it in company with friends or other people that come here. And besides the activity of watching the movie, we're also trying to have talks after some movies. And it's quite interesting to see how maybe you didn't notice an aspect of the movie and someone else will talk about it. And in the process of talking, you really can understand it in more ways and see other perspectives. And that's interesting to me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Would you like to add something about Bioskop which people should know about? Or
I don't know if they should know this, but I'm gonna tell. Like, for me, it's also a little bit of researching the audience. It's interesting for me also as a filmmaker to see how audiences work and a bit experiment with it, because we also played a little bit with attention. For example, when we were cooking and we were all, like, the movie was playing and we were cooking, so you could if you find the movie boring, you know, you have a second performance to watch, and it's interesting to see what bores people, what excites them, what steers conversation, what doesn't steer conversation, and many other like little ways in which we can observe each other, because we are also the audience and we become this audience. And yeah, so I hope they won't feel too experimented on, but I would invite them to also try to observe this, because it's about watching it together. Otherwise you could just, you know, watch it at home and there is no need to do this whole effort and organize weekly screenings. So then why not also see it not just as a film that you've watched and that's it, but that it's an experience that you lived with people and that you experience something together, experiment with it, and see how film integrates into people differently.
Thank you so much, and come to Bioskop, guys. Next to you was Alex Hanganu and a part of the team of Bioskop Club as a guests at our Reflectând Zemstvei podcast. We discussed about their project, why is it important, and how can we educate ourselves through movies. To hear other episodes about Casa Zemstvei, visit our YouTube channel.